Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovely. So lovely. I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share where internet is reacting to the fact that, Israel want to actually take over Gaza. And the thing is that most of these pro-Palestinian people are not even talking about it, especially the likes of Maya. I was able to put up some stage and the update of where Maya has been and allowing and not using her platform to actually do what she has been doing before. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thought in the comment section for you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
When I'm with a guy, I don't want to see him looking at another girl's ass.
I agree.
So a funny story, actually. There is a clip of him.
Who?
You.
Oh.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with me. We're having a good time. And I see him look at another girl's ass. Tracked it like this. And then I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. And you know what he said? He said, you're crazy. In this Palestinian household, I'm crazy?
Fellas, are we taking notes? We got notes.
So, no, I don't get jealous, but I think men should have respect.
Maybe she doesn't know what's going on. Have y'all heard what's going on? Let me tell y'all what's going on. Israel plans to capture the entire Gaza Strip, and they are calling up thousands of Israeli reservists to help with this process. The Israeli government approved plans for its forces to capture the entire Gaza Strip and remain in the territory for an unspecified amount of time. This is according to two Israeli officials. The plans appear set to vastly expand Israel's operations in the war-torn Palestinian territory, and they're likely to bring fierce international opposition. Israeli cabinet ministers approved the plan in an early morning vote just after the Israeli military chief said the army was calling up tens of thousands of reserve soldiers for an expanded assault on the Strip. The news came hours after a Sunday Houthi missile strike targeted Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion airport for the first time since the war began, briefly halting flights and lightly wounding 4 people. Israel's expansion plans, which the officials told the AP, the Associated Press, is meant to help achieve the country's war aims of defeating Hamas and freeing hostages still held in Gaza, would push hundreds of thousands of Palestinians into southern Gaza, exacerbating an already dire humanitarian crisis in the enclave. In a video message posted Monday on social media, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu did not confirm the intention for Israel's military to seize control of the entire Strip, but he said the operation would be intensive. The article goes on to say that Netanyahu says Gaza's population will be moved. The Israeli officials said the plan included the capturing of the Strip and the holding of territories. With the plan, the officials said Israel also wants to keep Hamas from distributing humanitarian aid in the enclave it's controlled for nearly 2 decades, which Israel says strengthens its rule over Gaza. Israel officials have accused Hamas of keeping aid materials for itself to bolster its capabilities. The plan also includes more powerful strikes against Hamas targets. They added that Israel was in touch with several countries about President Trump's plan for the U.S. to take over Gaza and relocate its population of about 2 million Palestinians. Israeli officials have said it would entail voluntary immigration, but the suggestion that so many civilians would be moved out of the territory has sparked condemnation from Israelis' allies in Europe. The more I see, the more I'm convinced that it was all a grift. None of them are talking about what Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump have planned for Gaza. None of them are talking about Trump Gaza. They're continuously still talking about Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and the Democrats. Kamala Harris didn't win the presidency. Joe Biden is at the house, loving on his grandkids. The Democrats are doing what it is that they can do, which is very little, because they have no power. But that's all you hear them talking about. Why? Because they want to keep the conflict going. Because the conflict here on TikTok is what continuously brings them dollars. How much was the check? Who cut the check? It's sad. You sold out your own people for a few pieces of silver. Blood on your hands for a few coins from TikTok. Hope it was worth it, because not only did you sell out your own people, you put the rest of the world in danger too. You'll never get that blood off your hands.
Final solution is being carried out right now against the people of Gaza. The situation is beyond dire. And where's Maya? The same Maya who previously used her platform of millions to fiercely condemn Kamala Harris as a war criminal.
Like I've said, I personally would not vote for her as a Palestinian. It's my right. I would never vote for a war criminal.
Now she's completely silent as war crimes that Maya voted for, might I add, are being unleashed on the very people that she pretended to stand for. Where is her voice when Gaza needs it most?
You seem like the type that would do 50-50.
Oh, chasing dick. Because that's more important right now. The switch up is wild.
2 million people in the G-Strip are currently starving to death due to the man-made Israeli famine. For over 2 months now, since March 2nd, the borders have been completely closed due to Israel, cutting off aid for the over 2 million residents currently trapped inside. Yes, that means that no food, fuel, clothes, diapers, formula, medicine, nothing has entered the Strip since March 2nd. The situation has been dire, but it has gotten exponentially worse, to the point where the World Central Kitchen has had to close down its bakeries. The World Food Program has run out of food. Most of the local markets have shut down, and of the few still open, things like flour are $400. Families are speaking about the lack of food. Children are literally going to bed hungry. 290,000 children are on the brink of starving to death. 57 people, 50 of which being children, have starved to death since the Israeli blockade on March 2nd. This is a full-blown humanitarian catastrophe. Along with supporting mutual aid like OOB, the Zainab Project, PAL Humanity, Merciful Hand Doctors, as well as individual family campaigns, it is also imperative that we put our voices and bodies on the line and demand that aid be let into the Strip. Lives are on the line. At some point, if we do not do everything we can, things in the Strip will run out. There will be nothing left. So we need to do what we can now.
Things are so messed up in the UK that the right-wing Conservative Party are writing letters to the Prime Minister for him to recognise a Palestinian state because of how dire the situation is right now. Just in the last few hours, the Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich, who is a demon of a person, has said that Gaza will be absolutely destroyed. We are going to absolutely destroy Gaza, and we are going to push the population out to third countries. And right now, what is happening is that the blockade on Gaza has been going on for over 2 months. They have had no food, they have had no aid, and we are about to see the continuation of an ethnic cleansing of a group of people, the annexation of a piece of land, and we are about to have the 80th year anniversary of Victory in Europe Day, when we fought against authoritarianism, where we fought against fascism, fought against people who were carrying out genocide, carrying out ethnic cleansing, carrying out this narrative that this group of people are less than human. And it has been 80 years since that moment has happened, and here we are again. The UK government is supporting this along with the US and many other Western allies, and I just feel at a loss right now, because this is the end game, and this is just Gaza. Their next project will be the West Bank.
So would all of the Never Kamala leftist single-issue voters like to join the adults of the voting population now? Seems things have gotten notably worse for the one issue that you claim to care about. Oh, haven't you heard?
In developing news tonight, Israel has announced plans to conquer the entire Gaza Strip and remain there in a dramatic escalation of hostilities. To Matt Johnston for the latest now on this. And Matt, it came after a meeting of Israel's security cabinet.
That cabinet met just a few hours ago. Senior Israeli military officials have been quoted as saying this new plan will see the conquest of the Gaza Strip.
It's almost as if elections have consequences. It's kind of like when you're on an airplane and the flight attendants tell you that if the oxygen mask should fall, to be sure and secure your own mask before assisting others. And if you can't understand the logic behind that concept or how it applies to our elections, our country, and our foreign policy as a whole, then I suggest you try really, really hard to grow up before the midterms.
As of today, May 6th, Israel has launched a full-scale invasion on the Gaza Strip. Ground forces have entered multiple areas in Gaza and are annihilating people in a full-out offensive right now. The Israeli military is using drones, heavy artillery, and missile fire in densely populated areas right now. Reports from humanitarian organizations are already reporting significant civilian deaths, including children, and all aid routes are completely blocked and destroyed. And while this is happening, while people are actively being murdered in a complete genocide of their entire population, the global community is so timid. What is happening right now is complete occupation by annihilation. And the American people, our taxes, they're funding that right now. That is what our tax dollars you just paid are doing. This isn't about Hamas anymore. It's about erasing an entire people, while the world is sitting around debating on whether or not to call it genocide. But I see it for exactly as it is, and I know you guys do too. This is a call for global solidarity against authoritarian regimes rising globally. 40 men in power or so against 8 billion people? We could stop this if we wanted to. So I'm not going to shut the fuck up, even if talking about this would land me in prison. I will continue to exercise my free speech and bring attention to this. And I will continue to protest and boycott Israel.
Like, seriously, lovelies, the first time when I actually saw the update on Gaza and what is happening in Gaza, the first thing I have to do was to go ahead to check Maya's page. I don't know if you guys are very aware of this Maya lady. I know people are like, oh my God, leave her alone. Like, why are you calling her out? Like, no, this lady, she practically did a lot during the case of the, voting or no voting. She is actually one of the engineers that made people not to decide to vote, or even made people to vote for Justin. Like, she is one of the people that is on the social platform talking about how people that looks like me does not really care about what is happening in Gaza. She is actually the engineer of, all of the things and the anti-blackness that has been going all over the social platform. So when people are calling her out to come speak, that it is time for her to actually speak, they know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly what this lady in question, this Maya of a girl, like, she decided that she was actually going to create a division. Like, she single-handedly created this recent anti-blackness that is happening between poor people and people that looks like me. That is why I see a lot of people are calling her out, like her platform, which was actually built in the fact that she was telling her followers that, oh my God, black people are the problem. They are the ones that are the real colonizers. Like, she had a lot of things to say about, you know, people that looks like me. So when people call her out, because I saw a lot of commentaries, people like, oh, leave her alone and all of that on, on a social network. And I was like, why would people leave her alone? Because she's the engineer of all of the things that is going on, that was going on there. She was the person that came out like, oh my God, do not actually vote for Kamala Harris. She supported the vote for Kamala Harris. If you voted for Kamala Harris, you are not welcome into their own community. She supported that statement. So now that is actually the time for her to actually show that, oh, she's for the cause of these people that is unable to even see food to eat. She's all out with some relationship shenanigans. Like a time when you were supposed to do what you are known for, like with all of her futures, with all of the energy during that time of the campaign, she was like, oh my God, Kamala Harris was the problem. Oh God, please vote for either Jay Stern or even vote for Orange Man. Now that things are going sour, things are going, so sour in Gaza, this lady decided that it was actually time for her to start talking about relationship. Like, seriously, what happens to all of those energy that she was displaying before? What happened to it? She actually was all over the social platform, engineering, telling her friends and families and followers, like she has about 3 million plus, telling them on how to either vote for Justin or even vote for, Orange Man. Like, she made it upon herself. She took it upon herself to actually make sure that, Kamala Harris never won the election and all of that. And after the deal was done, she went off the social platforms, and before you know it, she came back, and now she's like, okay, you guys were actually boycotting, shouldn't have. Like, this lady. And she is all out here with another kind of, I don't even know. But when these people actually need you to stand up for them, just the way at which you claimed to be standing up for them before, you are nowhere to be found. Like, I always say that most of these people that we see on the social platform who claim to be pro-power people are just doing it for the fun of it, because they are not even the people that is facing the predicament. The real Gaza people are still out there suffering. They are still out there facing all manner of humiliation. They don't even have food. They don't have anything to even stand for. But you see all of these people, using their platform to scare away people that might probably help Gaza people. I could vividly remember during that pro, free power people, a campaign and all of that, a lot of people that looks like me, black content creators, actually was sending aid. But when this Mayor of a girl decided that she was going to put it upon herself and use it as a means to be anti-blackness, most of these people withdrew. They decided to focus on themselves. They decided to maybe think about what was happening in Congo. And now that these guys actually need her help and using her platform to do what she feels or she thought, that now she's nowhere to be found. She's all out living her best life. This is just a case of, taking people into an ocean, and these said people think that you are going to save them, you are going to be their saving grace, and all of a sudden you left these people that you are claiming to protect to get drowned in the ocean. They had all of this energy when it was, the other administration in power. They had all of the energy. They were all on the social platform. But all of a sudden, they are nowhere to be found. They are nowhere to be found. Like, they are all lost and gone. Like, where are these poor people talking about this? Like, I decided to actually check up on them to see if they're talking about what is recently happening. And none of them is found. Where is Maya? Where is the other two guys? I can't even remember their names anymore. Like, instead of them to actually focus on what is happening right now, they were all busy talking about how some media from the power people or from claiming that they never talked about a ceasefire. Like, anyway, lovely, so now just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload. Anyway, lovelies, so now just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. I want to use this medium to thank my newest subscribers, to thank those people that share my videos, to thank everyone that have supported this channel one way or the other, my super chatters that super chat me to take water. Thank you so much for all the love and support, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.